ginger green. Red is for danger, so I'm told. I know just what they mean. Gotta be bold, the whole sweet ginger green. She's sweeter than Sue and Georgia Brown beats Lulu too when she's back in town. Now she can shimmy like Sister Kay. She's a dancing queen, fit for a king, a swing sweet ginger green. She can shimmy like Sister Kay. She's just a dancing queen, fit for a king, a swing sweet ginger, swing sweet ginger green. Tangerine. Now that we've met, I'll get sweet ginger green. Red is for danger, so I'm told. I know just what they mean. Gotta be bold, the whole sweet ginger green. She's sweeter than Sue and Georgia Brown beats Lulu too when she's back in town. Now she can shimmy like Sister Kay. She's a dancing queen, fit for a king, a swing sweet ginger green.
Yeah, fucking this song is absolutely fucking brilliant. Sweet ginger green. Fucking love it. Holy shit. So hi folks, welcome to This Is the Police, a game purchased for us by Mr. Shadow Killer here, Mr. Shadow Killer Quadruple 4. He's brought me this game in the knowledge that it's halfway decent to play. So we're gonna give it a play today at long last. He's been waiting a long time. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. I've played a little bit of it. And when I say I've played a little bit of it, I mean I've played like the first 2 shifts in the game. I'm putting that song on again. That song's absolutely fire. Fire! Beautiful. Finally able to catch one of these. Good to see you, Killbot. The first thing I thought when I looked at it, looked at the town, was Goose Game. Yeah, it really, it does have that kind of vibe about it. Fantastic. Yeah, so this should hopefully be a good laugh. Skyrim early was pretty good. We did some Frostpunk as well. So Jesus, it's Community Game Day. So just missing an episode of The Long Dark, and then we've completed the trio of games that people really wanted to see. I'm not really sure what to expect from this game. We'll see. I know Digby played it in the not too distant past. I'm looking forward to playing it, and I'm also looking forward to potentially playing the second one, because I know the second one has come out as of 2018 or something. It's not recent. More like, what's Into the Breach? Never heard it before. So yeah, I've got terrible indigestion at the moment. It's like awful heartburn. You'll have to forgive me. I had beef burgers tonight, or chicken burgers, and they've absolutely just, they've killed me. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Right, I'm going to go for a week, so I'm going to leave you with Sweet Ginger Dream. Sweet Ginger Green, even. And, yeah, we'll get into the game very, very shortly. What a soundtrack, man. When she's back in town, now she can shimmy like Sister Kate. She's a dancing queen, fit for a king. Swing Sweet Ginger Green.
Oh, yeah.
Right then, I'm all back and ready to go. Get your cube stops ready in chat. It's finally relevant. Hasn't been relevant since the Cold Water days, but we're bringing it back, baby. So yeah, this is the police. As far as I can tell, this is kind of like a visual, like I don't know, like a graphic story, like a graphic novel kind of thing. A lot of it is just cutscenes and learning information through cinematics, with a very, very small amount of gameplay in between it all. So, without further ado, well, actually, without further ado, I'm going to create a game capture window. Hope you don't mind. Game capture. Game scene. This is the police. Could have done this before, but it should be pretty good. There we go, nice blank capture window. So let's go up to GTFO, or let's go to Skyrim. Let's grab all of that. Let's copy it, paste a duplicate down here, and then the game capture. Let's delete that one. Remove it from there. Still there, which is great. Add a new game capture scene. Load up This Is the Police. We'll hear the music for a moment while we wait for the capture window to come back on. Usually Joe has his game capture window ready, except when he's playing new games. Then he doesn't. It's the Choo Choo Saru crew. You, right? Fucking, how you doing? Oh, I tell you what, this is really really meta. Hold on a minute, like this is a thing, right? Fucking, if I come over here, right? Hang on, I got a thing to show you, chat. Bear with me. So this is the police game.exe, right? So if I go over to, I think it's Divinity, isn't it, that has the game capture window. Divinity Original Sin? No, it's one of these games. One of these games that I play has like a desktop capture on it. I'm sure it does. Star Citizen Faster Than Light. There it is. Display capture scene. It's Arma 3, right? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. The windows are going to get weirdly stacked. I thought this was like a Saru announcement. Look at this. Hype train has arrived in your channel. It's like a notification. It's literally. It's like, it's really weird. It's just like a Twitch built in. Oh my god. The system. We're going further into the Matrix. Absolutely, yeah, hide the football. There is no football. Not this time. I made good care to make sure that there was no football on before tapping to the window.
Hey, before I go shaking my tits for the press,
There you go,
I'd like to go see how the professionals do it.
So again, it's mostly cutscenes and stuff.
Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this. But in fact, it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy
this is well within terms of service, I think. I'm not sure.
Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!"
Sounds like the guy that does the epic trailers, or the honest trailers for Smosh.
No idea how I got so barbaric.
What is this game? This is the police, quite clearly. I know very little about this. As Shadow, what have you got me into here? There is a police game under this, I do promise. So it's basically just the story of the chief of police in a place called Freeburg, essentially. This is hilarious already, yeah. It's quite interesting. We'll go down the rabbit hole and we'll see how it's going. This is the police, get bribed, mate. Yep, you know how it works. Right then. Very cool logo. Nice. Sweats in TOS. Yeah. I'm so happy I can finally be a regular supporter of the stream. Well, thank you, Handy Mosquito. It's good to have you in this evening. So yeah, let us rock and roll. 180 people here already. So what I'm pretending is the guys are playing SWAT 4 at the moment. This is the wider arcing story of SWAT 4 because you have a SWAT team in this game. So this is the wider arcing story of us deploying beastie Soviet Cyanide and Digby on the scene. Glory to Astotska. Sub didn't show up on stream. I do apologise. That is now remedied. There we go. Thank you very much to... Oh, well, if I tab out again. Yeah, Handy Mosquito. There we go. Also to Dr. Spleen and Tate Mars both for 2 and 28 months respectively. Thank you very much. So it's about police brutality. That's it. The extended ZF universe. You've got it. And war crimes. Very possibly. So like I said, I've just tested the game, so I do have a continue, but obviously we're going to go with a new game. And yes, but like I say, most of it's very cinematic and story-driven. We'll be learning the story of this chief of police as he manages the forces through Freeburg, which will be pretty interesting. So let's go for it. Okay, Golden Bird, Freeburg, Tribune, and The Fact. Mayor Rogers, Sex Maniac. Nice. Freeburg Tribunal, or Tribune even. City Hall confirms rumours of Jack Boyd's resignation. Mark War 2 to be shown in Freeburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the Mayor's personal request. 15th of July. Go to work. Cheese of police, that's it. Fuck right, of course. Get your cube stops ready, folks. Okay.
When I was a kid, My father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
Nice. Okay. So we're the chief of police. We're walking in.
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
Very nice. So we're at a press conference.
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Okay. So be ambiguous, I guess. Good morning. Right then. Do I click? Yes, I do. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? So I can go straight in and say I was expecting bullshit from the mayor. Very nice. What do we think? It's time for the SWAT squad, that's it. So, I don't know, I guess I just have to pull some shit out of my arse. Announced your resignation. We can say that the mayor discussed it with me. Mayor Rogers told me that Mayor Rogers told me that wants a fresh face. That he wants a fresh face, it should be. Woe betide me to fucking brief anyone on fucking spelling. Fresh face running Freeburg PD. So no, it didn't come as a surprise. Do you already know the name of your successor? I reckon it'll be a department veteran. Choose the blue option. Yeah, that's it. FTL style. I think it'll be a department veteran. Do you already know the name of your successor? No. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, do you think that would change his mind? Perhaps. Sounds possible if he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I'm going to say no comment. Yeah, I'm going to say no comment. I usually prefer to answer all your questions, but in this situation, I've got to say no comment. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Definitely not. I reckon definitely not. Yeah, I'm going to say definitely not. That's just not possible. Mayor Rogers is a true professional and he makes his decisions carefully. There's no place in our jobs for hard feelings. Thank you. There we go. That went alright.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
Fucking kill him.
How's the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
I like it. Pills here. Very nice.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark.
There's no face.
Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man."
I'll do my best.
It's painful,
Quit
isn't it?
smoking at the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
Lovely. I suppose it doesn't show anything.
I'm
It's all alluded to.
Only the mayor has this
Jesus
number.
Christ.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
I like it. Hey. Beautiful. Fantastic. Band, that's it. Right then, so, Golden Bird, Jack Boyd, only assholes join the Mafia? Pretty much. Jack Boyd. Francis Kendrick is a decent man. Cleanliness of the city increased by 20%. Very nice. What a way to enter the stream. See two people shagging, that's it. Someone else has covered that, but he doesn't have to fuck himself, yep. Turn the game up and turn myself down. Okay, she wants to hear the bed springs.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. the subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Interesting. Right then, would you like to receive tips about how the game works? Okay, show me what you've got. So, Freeburg PD organises upcoming work assignments into shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism. I'm guessing that's this. Shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure of around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Energy. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work, and a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel and make a critical error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each day working, and restore 1 point after each day of rest. The cursor isn't lining up properly, is it not? Oh, it's doing that thing again. Bear with me. Oh god, it's doing that thing. Can I, like, tab out and in? Don't think I'm going to be able to here. Bear with us, chat. Graphics. I'll put it in window mode for a second. Yeah, that's lined up. And put it back in full screen. There we go. That should line up now. So cursor's just on the D. Nice. Lovely. Bear with me. Thank you. Bear with me. You got it. Okay, so that's their energy meter down the side. Proceed. Hidden characteristics. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason they can think of to take the day off, while others drink too much. You can only guess as to these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behaviour of your employees. Okay. Right then, so this is the day shift. Sadly, which is one of the most annoying things about this game, is that I cannot, like, rename the police force. Which is really annoying. I cannot rename officers, which seems like a massive missed opportunity, but apparently it was a reward to Kickstart backers, quick Kickstarter backers, that they get to have a name in the police force. So, yeah, essentially, this is it. Don't take Mole, she seems shady as fuck. Well, this is pretty much everyone I've got for the day shift. I can't interact with anyone. I've got Price here, who looks about 108, which is pretty cool. Nebula Mocker there, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Let's rock and roll then, start the day. Okay then. So in we go. Right then. Dusting off the map. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Responding to calls is the bread and butter of police work. Sounds a bit like Andy Newman. Fucking... You've got a friend in me. Anyway, you'll need to send your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth. So the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work. Proceed. Okay, Everyday Mall, a hit and run, 15 seconds, selected. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units are allowed to be sent on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly risky missions give you the option of sending SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. Okay, not a problem. Send SWAT, that's it. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information from the location of the crime scene to the presence of weapons and so on, all of this can tell you how serious each case should be taken. A mission might look simple at first glance until it turns into a brutal meat grinder, or a serious call can come in which turns out to be a false alarm. Okay, so hit and run, Everyday Mall. A married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who'd been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out and to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and drove away quickly. Okay, so we probably don't need amazing officers for this. I am going to send 2. I'm not going to take Price because she's like 108, so there'll be no need to go and get her. So it's a hit and run. Let's take... so these guys are... So about 150 was considered average, wasn't it? So let's take one of our good officers in the form of Purdy, and let's take Tazamaki as well. For the 2 officers to respond there. So Purdy and Tazamaki, proceed. So they are out on the job, and that timer will go up as they complete their work. You can see them moving across the city. There we go. The last picture show at the theatre. A fight. Crime in progress. Fight. The last picture show theatre. A theatre manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theatre carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked a cashier and is currently fighting with the theatre security guard. Okay then, let's take one of our mainstay officers, and then let's take one of our lesser officers, Austin. Let's take you both out on patrol and try and subdue the man. So a veteran and a rookie. Take him out. We've also got, like, I think that's a corporal? Police corporal? I'm not entirely sure. Some sort of rank. Not a sergeant. Okay, Purdy and Sabaki. Report, hit and run. When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies, but the truth is sometimes the criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead civilians will bother the mayor even more than living ones. Proceed. Offender caught, officers unharmed. They both get 10 points into their efficiency. Lance Corporal. Car 11K, Car 11 King. That's it, yeah. Price is a whole whopping 5 points. That's a loud storm. Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit. So let's see, not graphics, but audio. Sound effects, let's bring that down by 20. Let's bring that... I had to turn it down so much. Okay, resume. So these guys are coming back to the station now. Yancey and Austin are about to be on the scene. Let's have a read. Report fight. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Yancey and Austin both gain 10 points to their efficiency. Jobs are good. Fantastic. Okay, armed robbery. Interesting. We're going to wait for our veteran units to come back off that, and then we're going to send them in if we can. We've got a fight here. Fight. Johnson, Jurgen, and Katz Law Firm. A brother and sister clashed with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't care to separate them. Our security guard is off duty tonight. Okay, let's get Purdy and Sabaki over there as well. Let's proceed. And then we'll wait for our veteran units to come and go to the armed robbery. So Yancey and Kochi. Let's get them both on it. So I cannot take a SWAT to this one. So armed robbery, suburb. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with one of their collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. Let's get 2 of our best officers on the case. So 250 and 230, Yancey and Kochi. Proceed to the scene of the crime, please. Fantastic. Call the SWAT. Can't call the SWAT. There's an assault in the ghetto. Let's radio this one in. Assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. Let's get the 3 officers that I have down here on the beat. Let's get Austin. Let's get Asano. And let's bring Price out on the beat as well. Let's send them all out. All officers are on call at the moment. Let's have a look here. Report fight. Fantastic. Offender is caught. Officers unharmed. They both get 10 points of experience. The fight was broken up. Well done. These guys are coming back to the station, which is great. Kochi and Yancey are now on station here. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask how to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. Proceed. Okay. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sound of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. So we've got a couple of options. We can knock on the door and shout, "Open up, police," bearing in mind they had a shotgun. Turn on the siren and loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded, or try and try and sneak into the house through an open window. If they've got a shotgun, I don't want to knock on the door. I want to keep my distance. Let's turn on the siren and loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded. Offender caught, officers unharmed. 10 points for the crew. Well done, lads. And ladies, I should say. Fantastic. The assault is now going to be going checked on by the rookie crew, the Green Machine. Report. Offender escaped, officers unharmed. Minus 10 points each for Asano and Austin. Sadly, they did not apprehend the suspect between the three of them. They made off. Okay, our good officers are coming back on the beat there. Imagine trying to sneak it to a guy with a shotgun. True. Price is useless. Pretty much. I might get her replaced as soon as I can. It's coming up to late in the evening here. No new messages or anything. And that is that. End the day. Not bad for our first day. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. Right. Price. I want to give you the sack. Right, that's one thing I do want to do. So we're going to leave all of these guys here because everybody was working. So we're going to end the day and then we're going to work on the A shift tomorrow.
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business. So you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand.
Christopher Sand.
Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity, rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear, even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission. and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Interesting. Interesting. Right then, Golden Bird. Francis Kendrick announces retirement date. Construction of Cinema Museum postponed again. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freiburg. Starting the day in our shitty car. Let's get in on the day shift. Or I think this is the night shift, isn't it? When an officer is too tired to be effective, he will ask for the day off. Sometimes officers will request days off even when they're full strength. Some of the reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while others are very serious. Don't overjudge your subordinates, but don't antagonise them either. Remember that everybody's got secrets, and you've got to make sure these guys have your back. My friend just crashed into someone's car at an intersection, and she's having a terrible panic attack. Can I go help her out? Yeah, sure. You're not going to be worth much to me. In addition to their performance ratings, officers also possess a rank. Employees begin with the lowest rank, and can be elevated in rank with 1 or 2 or 3 stripes once a week. You can pass out stripes and improve the rank of any employee. If you think that no one is worthy of the honour some week, then you can postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until your people are ready. Fantastic. Employees of rank not only increase professionalism, but also learn to command. Whenever a ranking officer is on the scene, his or her colleagues are more likely to perform better than usual. Okay, so you send them with the shit guys. Sometimes when cops get ranks, they start thinking more seriously about their service. This means less drinking and spending some more time on the job. Okay. So let's see, I've got 2 stripes here. Nobody really, like, these are all below average officers, aren't they? So let's start the day. Freiburg isn't one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it at any time, just like in real life. Well, the life of your grandfather. Choose a song to play. Sweet Ginger Green. Ah, that'll be the intro song. Looking forward to this. Fuck Roy indeed. Will you become corrupt or stay true? We'll see, Screwed. Right then. So let's figure out how to hire and fire cops. Affairs, police station, labour market. You have a certain number of paid job openings for which you can hire any available applicant. Job slots are separated between officers and detectives. Interesting. So I can hire him for the day shift. Let's hire him for the B shift. Nice one. Personnel. Want to free up a slot? Then fire someone. Let's fire Mr. Butch Jr. If you have legal grounds for the termination, no one will ask any questions. You might need to fire them anyway. Legality be damned even, I should say. But that could land you in additional proceedings, and if your other staff will become more worried about keeping their jobs than they are about actually doing their jobs. Another way to free up the slot is to have a police officer killed, but that's not really a valid option, right? Let's get rid of Roy. Can we get rid of... Yep, too old. Roy's too old to work. Let's fire legally. There we go. That's going to free up Mr. Narizo there. We do have another cop slot that we can get. Judas Drake. I killed my worst officers before, fair enough. So he'll be getting the sack after today. Right then, vandalism. St. John's Cathedral. We received a frightened call from the local cathedral. This morning, the abbot discovered that someone entered the cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. It seems there are even marks from a shovel, but abbot would say no more. Right then, let's get some of our better guys on it. Let's get Van Dal and Robbins. Let's send you both out, see how you're doing. Very average police officers. Go and make some inquiries. Crime in progress. Let's have a look. See how we do. Should be good. 11 AM, coming up to lunchtime. Vandalism at Atticus Tower. Let's have a look here. Vandalism, Atticus Tower. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out of his window, saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. Probably don't need amazing officers for this. Let's get... let's see, all of these guys are shit. Fucking hell. Okay, let's get Stovall. And then let's get Grant. And let's get Mr. Junior, let's get you 3 on him. That leaves Samadhi. Mr. Stovall's got himself a stripe, so he should be able to increase the effectiveness of his crew members. Vandalism report. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. 10 XP for the 2 lads. Good job, guys. You don't need to fill all officer slots. I suppose I don't need to, yeah. But because Butch is crap, I probably should. Crime in progress. Suspicious individual. A waitress named Mila reports that she just served a Chicken Eddie and Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on the television just this morning. The culprit is sitting in the window. Okay. Let me see here. Let me close that. I've got a little bit of time before my good officers come back. We can get the good officers on that. Vandalism report. Let's have a look here. Atticus Tower. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Plenty of experience for the crew there. Let's get some guys on this then. Let's get Vandal and Robbins both on it together. Vandal and Robbins. Or not Samadhi. Let's get Robbins on it. It's for a suspicious individual. You lads go out. See what's going on. SWAT, SWAT, SWAT. Currently no need for the SWAT unit. It's 4 o'clock in the evening. The Lewis nightclub. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer just stuffed himself with Mexican food again, and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching round the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Let's get Grant on it. There we go, Grant. Let's send her in. Just to help manage the line. No worries. Now send Roy. Well, Roy's getting the sack tomorrow anyway, so it doesn't matter. Legit police work, that's it. Report suspicious individual. The waitress had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. False alarm. Yeah, the guys are coming back. Send Roy, the new age people might kill him. Yeah, that's it. Drug sales. Christopher G. Sands Ice Arena. Oh, God. An anonymous call came in. The clown's carrying balloons at the skate rink is selling crack to teenagers. Right, let's get our top guy Soval on it. Because it's Mr. Sands Ice Ring, so it's dodgy shit. Let's get Vandal on it as well. Let's get 2 of our best guys. Report. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. So we've lost one of our cops. They also give us 4,500. Thanks for the help. Okay, let's have a look here. Suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favourite chewing gum becomes popular again. Let's get Robbins and Samadhi out on that one. Proceed. Let's see how these guys do. A lot of shit coming in. Let's take a look at affairs then. Police station. Labour market. We've got a new job opening. Let's see here. We could take Mr. Frank Scallon. Let's get you on the B shift for us for tomorrow because, yeah, fucking I've got no money, basically. I could also get, like, a really good guy on the B shift. I could probably get an extra detective. What about A shift? Can I check A shift? A shift and B shift. So that's A shift. So I've got some good guys on the B shift. Should have changed them over to... Am I on the A shift? I'm on the wrong shift, aren't I? Big point's good. The 310 one. Professionalism, 310. Okay? Let's have a look here. So A shift has got... So B shift has got a few decent cops. A shift could really do with some better people. So let's get someone good for the A shift. There we go. Nice one. It's coming in late. Let's see here. 8:30 in the evening. Let's have a look here. As police arrive, the clown is seen making balloon animals for the kids. Let's have a look here. Take the clown onto the ice and round up any witnesses. Carefully watch the clown from a distance or cover up in a raincoat and pretend to be an illicit customer. I am going to take the clown onto the ice and round up any witnesses. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Everybody gets some XP. Fantastic. Nice then. Robbins and Samadhi. Suicide threat. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Lots of XP coming in. So far, so good. Fantastic. Wait for the guys to get back to the station. And then it should be the end of the day. In fact, I can end now, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Good stuff. Not a bad job for the day shift. Well done, everybody. B shift has got a lot of people in it there. So, Scanlon has got quite a few people. There's quite an offset between day shift and night shift, isn't there? So the B shift people are in. A shift could do with some more. I guess these guys are all at home. Not much I can do about it. I guess I can change their rotas a bit later. Price would be a good one to get rid of. Nice one. So, Robespierre to reveal his identity when time is right. Feminist organisation denied official registration. Enemies using feminists to destroy Freiburg. Interesting.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch, and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate, and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots. In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene, or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation.
Ah, I'll look out for that.
But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all three of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Oh, Christ.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
Jesus. This is rough. Nice window out the way. Yeah. Right then, so my grandfather has epilepsy, and recently the seizures have gotten worse. They happen more often, and... they all end in tears. The doctor says he needs a special new drug, but I can only get him out of town. I'm the one in the family who drives. Could I get those drugs today? Yes, but come in tomorrow. Okay, so he's off duty today. So this is B shift. So one of our veteran officers is out. We got Oz Kazi, whatever it is. Price I probably want out. Let's see here. Let's give stripes to Purdy. Very nice. And then we'll keep one of our stripes for the other shift. Fantastic. Let's choose a song to play. I really like this Sweet Ginger Green. So we're putting this on again. If you look, you can make her retire. Interesting. Right then, so let's go to Affairs. Police station. So let's have a look here. Price. Fire. She's too old. Get rid of her. So she'll be gotten rid of there. We got quite a few detectives there. We need another detective on this other shift. A shift needs some love. He'll be on B shift. I'm going to move you to A shift. Yeah, move you up to A shift. That should be alright for now. Let's have a look there. 180, 160. 240 for professionalism. Let's get another detective. Let's hire him for the A shift. A shift could use another detective. Still need one more cop, but we're going to wait. Right then, close. Let's see how we're doing here. So, destruction of property, City Hall. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot, carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastard, thieves, and bloodsuckers." Right then, let's send 2 officers over there. Purdy is now one of our top gals. So let's get, we'll get Kochi on the case. And then in reserve, we can take out one of the rookies. Let's take out Austin. Proceed. If someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene, the case goes on to your detectives. Proceed. Interesting. Homicide at the ghetto. They investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather whatever information seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be lead investigator on the case, and you can assign additional detectives to any case who will work under the lead investigator as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. So our most professional investigator is Mole. Let's get Mole and Armstrong. We'll leave De Brito to work on his own a bit later. He's a bit tired. Proceed. Fantastic. How am I doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good, Tate. I'm quite enjoying this, actually. Here we go. Fire all black cops. Excuse me? From City Hall, a racist gang has recently made trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople. Oh my god. Black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station promising to kill all black doctors, firemen and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You'll have to fire all of your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. Okay, so I'm going to have to fire some people, sadly. We'll have to get Austin on a poor performance record, I guess. Okay, suburb, carjacking. Let's have a look here. A carjacking. A gas station surveillance camera recorded that a car is on a stolen vehicles list. Quite a few people going on this one. Let's get Top Gal Purdy on it. Let's get some of our subordinates in there as well. Let's get Tsubaki. Let's get Ozaki as well. Between the 3 of you, that should be good enough. We'll leave 1 slot open. Proceed. Reports destruction of property and the homicide case has started. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. Interesting. Mr. Graham. Graham Eric, a drunken witness. They drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Mr. Clayton says, I only heard a few muffled shots. Mr. Carr, he got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time, and there's recently been lots of cursing and carrying on. Miss Cobbs, I don't remember the car. The neighbourhood was quiet. I never heard any shots. And then the police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Interesting. Okay, let's keep it going. So far, so good. Nice one. Okay, suspicious individual. Suspicious individual at Desire Park. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on the bench beside a playground. He's been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. Alright, let's get your boy Yancey and Asano on the case. Proceed. Hopefully between the two of you you'll be alright. Carjacking, suburb. The driver is nowhere to be seen. We could interview potential witnesses, wait a safe distance for the driver to appear, or search the car. I don't think search the car is a good idea. Q to Earth. Q to Earth, there's a report. What report? In the top right. SWAT time. Can't deploy the SWAT. What do we think? 2, search the car? Yeah, I'm going to wait a safe distance and wait for the driver to appear. There we go. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Everybody gets some XP. Fantastic. Officers are RTB. Very close to the police station, so that's going up. Very nice. Yancey and Asano are on station. Let's have a look, see how they've done. Report, suspicious individual. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Report, sorry, have I missed a report? There we go, destruction of property. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Fantastic. So I need to fire Austin, which is a bit of a shame. Mr. Boyd, I'm opening up Freeburg's first martial arts club. For my first exhibition, I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes on one of your toughest cops. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks, something that will help him out in the future. Let's get Kochi then. Right on the case. Nice one. Coming into the evening now, 6 o'clock. Let's go to the affairs screen, police station. So, labour market, backlog, fire all black cops from City Hall. Okay, so in terms of personnel, that means I've got to get rid of your man here. He's too old. Fuck. He's a good cop, though. He's such a good cop. Robbins, fire. Too old, came into work drunk, didn't come to work, failed 3 assignments in a row. I could get him on his own. On the beat. I don't have long. 2 days. Yeah, I've got to get him doing... But then loads of people are going to escape. Fuck. He's one of your best. Yeah, leave it. You reckon leave it? Don't do it, Quebec. Okay, you're right. City Hall asking to fire, like, some of my best guys, that's... Yeah, that's outrageous. Let's not do it. Let's stand beside our officers. We'll hold the place down. Homicide reports. Your detectives present frames, different versions of what might have happened at the crime scene. You've got 3 new frames. Open investigation. They get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate fact from the fiction. If they know what to look at case materials, the more professional the detectives work in investigation, the better their instincts. To get your suspects, you'll need to figure out the true sequence of events at the crime scene, using the frames you think likely, sometimes with a little guesswork thrown in. If you add it all up, but the sequence fails, you're probably getting the wrong story. So that's not a sedan. Someone said it was a sedan. That's a pickup truck. Someone heard some muffled shots. So I'm guessing maybe that there. Someone said something about getting some... Yeah, that from the drugstore. There we go. Maybe something like that. Don't bow to pressure. That's true. I should stick up for my officers.
311A in progress.
Kevin's Throat Bar. Fight at Kevin Throat Bar. A bartender reports that a couple of dancers started fighting over tips, and a cat fight broke out right on stage. Right then, let's get Yancey, and then let's get Austin on it as well. Yancey and Austin. Let's get you both out. Fantastic. The Octopus Restaurant. Fight. Octopus Restaurant. A bartender reported that a fight has broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage with while a local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. Okay, let's get one of our better ladies on there, Purdy, and then let's get Asano as well, one of our less trained cops. Let's get them both on the case. Report here. Chief, I just about nailed the Jap a couple of times, but he was too fast for me and one on points. I don't really understand all their rules, so I can't keep track of the points very well, but he was alright. He even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away and pulled my back. Think I can take the day off? Okay, so she's off duty. She's off duty. Okay, so she's pulled her back. Great. So it's coming into evening now. There we go. On stage, there are two strippers going at it. I beg your pardon, and it's gone beyond an argument onto a full-on catfight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunk patrons are happily watching. Shut off the music and turn up the lights. The strippers continue to fight, oblivious to the police presence. Step onto the stage and try to separate the girls. Ask the bartender for a bucket of cold water and throw it onto the combatants. Nice one. Offenders caught, officers unharmed. People grab XP. So far, very good officers on the beat. Nice one. Throw the bucket. That's it. Purdy and Asano are on the case. Report for the fight. Offender caught. Well done. Officers unharmed. Everybody gets some XP. So far, going very well. Officers are doing a good job. Let's end the day with that. Right then. So your man is quite tired. We'll end the day here. Order to work tomorrow. No, you guys need to rest. How do I get people off duty? Because people need to rest, don't they? Let's have a look here. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. Jesus Christ. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. This game's outrageous. Mayor Rogers, city has no problems with racists. Interesting. How does the XP work for this?
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn.
An armchair. Nudes. No. Ah, the pills.
I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door. Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn.
Interesting.
In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time. But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
Interesting.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
You told your Mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me. My family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
Oh, Christ. So Kendrick wants me to be at the inside line to save his life. Oh, my God. Be Roy's fuckboy. He got in deep. He got in deep on his own. He fucked this up, not me. He was my partner, but he got in with the mafia in the first place. He's an Egypt, pay the price. Protect and serve, get out of here. Fuck him. Yeah. Give him a bullet, not some help. I'm going to refuse to help Kendrick. And innocents pay the price, yeah? He fucked his own family over, yeah. I'm staying well out. Refuse to help Kendrick.
I'm not gonna lecture you, Frank. I don't think I have anything to say that you don't already know. I'm sorry for your family. I wish them all the best of luck.
Oh dear. Jesus. But think of the children. Right then, I'm too tired. I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Davenport, detective. Interesting. He's knackered, Davenport is. Yes, go home. Sort yourself out. Today, some of my relatives have come to visit. They're from another country and we've never met before. Can I have the day off? Birch. Okay, but come in tomorrow. My band is playing at the charity concert for some sick children. Can I have the day off? No, you've already had a day off. You're coming into work today. Right then, so let's have a look at our force here. So we've got some seriously good officers on duty today. So we're going to keep everything rolling. Fantastic. Right then. Oh, it's got to be fucking Sweet Ginger Green. Fucking love this song. Nice one. Right then. So 10 AM. No matter your personal relationship with the city's administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send the appropriate requests to the mayor. Interesting. Affairs? City Hall. Decisions from City Hall depend on whether they're satisfied with your work. You can send requests every 5 days. The fools in charge of the city may refuse outright or accept only some of your requests, so ask for only what you really need. We can ask for a raise, SWAT upgrade, or some extra officers. Do I want extra officers, chat? What should I go with here? What do we think? New songs. Are you regretting not listening to me? Yeah, a little bit, Shadow. What do we think? More officers? Should we get more officers? More officers. Bodies on the beat. Yeah, let's do it. Job slot, officers. Police station. So this guy Birch, I'm going to fire him legally because he's never in work. Hop it. What about Birch Jr.? Yeah, well, I fired his dad. They're both equally as useless. Let's see if we can make a decent cop out of him yet. Right then. Right then, let's have a look here. Disorderly conduct, Eddie's Burgers. Every morning there's a dirty, piss-soaked bum sleeping at the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches, scaring all the customers. Right, let's get him moved on then. Let's get Kingston. It's going to be your first time on the beat, my friend. Take out one of the rookies with you. I'm going to find a way to get rid of Birch Jr. So let's take you out with Samadhi. Let's get you both out to move him along. Shouldn't take too long, it's only a short drive. A touch of Denoise's liquor store, or whatever it is. Oh, here we go. A witness looked on from their window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered a nearby liquor store. Let's send our best. So, Stovall, let's get you in with Skelton. Let's get some of our best officers on the beat. Let's get Vandal, and let's bring the SWAT in support. Proceed. Digby had Birch and Birch as police officer. Birch and Birch, yeah. Residential area. Let's have a look here. Should really check some of these reports. Fight. Residential area. A hot dog vendor has reports that he saw two Elvis impersonators grappling right there on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish and beating each other with microphone stands. Let's get Robbins and Birch Jr. on the case. Everybody's out. Disorderly conduct. Let's have a look here. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Everybody gets some XP, bring it back to base. Salary from City Hall. Your week's salary. City Hall hopes we don't disappoint. And then fire all black cops. Deadline is tomorrow. Let's stand up for them. Fantastic. Officers are out on the beat. Kingston is coming back. Here we go. Right then. So the shop has two exits, from which a few people have already fled. Drive a patrol car right through the front window. Sneak up on the back door or enter through the main entrance. I'm going to sneak up on the back door. The stick-up man noticed the police presence and took the cashier hostage. He's holding a gun to the hostage's head, shouting, "Back off or I'll blow his goddamn face off." Meanwhile, the cashier is yelling an unknown language. Let's see here. You in the mask, shut your face and drop the weapon. The robber grows visibly nervous. "Don't shoot, please. I just need the money. I'll just take a little bit and go. No one was hurt." The cashier begins to cry. There's two ways out of this shop. In cuffs or in a body bag. Nice one. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Everybody gets some XP. Let's send it home. Right then. So let's have a look here. Jack, this year, the organisers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules of the annual shooting contest. It now features teams instead of single competitors. Can you send me two of your finest marksmen? I'd really love to do well in the competition. Well, let's get Kingston and Samadhi down there. Let's send them both to go and have a shoot. From City Hall, it's a hot one today, and a lot of people are going for a swim. They want us to send an officer. Press was in uproar. Please send someone to keep an eye on things. I can't, sadly. I've got no officers available. Let's take a look here. Robbery. Need a new lead investigator. Let's get Beasley and Moser on it. An antique Chinese necklace was stolen from Bao Liang while she was on the way to the pawn shop. Proceed. Report. Fight. Offender escaped. Officers unharmed. Birch Jr. did fuck all. Robbins and Birch sadly cocked it up. No officers available to go to this one just yet. Hopefully they'll get back just in time to make the call. Mr. Stovall and Vandal. There we go, on station. Destruction of property. Jesus Christ, let's do it. At an exhibition gallery entitled Sex Operation, a gang of young people in ski masks forced their way into the gun, smashing up the exhibits, shouting, "We don't need this shit in our city." Let's get the best guys on it. Let's get Skelton and Vandal. Let's get them all in on it. Hopefully between the three of them they'll be able to hold it down. Very nice. In terms of affairs, let's have a look. Police station. Is there anyone in the labour market? Not really. We've got this guy, which ain't too bad. Shift A and Shift B, they're not terrible. Hire people. People to hire, yeah. I think hiring people is going to be the way to go. In terms of limits, like, what's my limit here? The labour market. I've got 2 cop slots. Let's hire Lake for the... let's have a look. Who needs it? A shift has got some good cops. Okay, let's get him on. Let's get the most experienced guy on A shift, and then let's get the second guy on B shift. There we go. There we go, we're maxed out. Let's see, report here. We did it, Boyd, we won. The Ernest really knows a lot about shooting, even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out hunting to celebrate the victory, so we'll be taking the rest of the day off. We deserve it. Oh, Christ, so I've lost 2 of my officers here. Investigation has started. Mrs. Liang, me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation and I was going to pawn an antique necklace, which has been in the family for many centuries. As I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything, not even cry out. The offender was on a motorcycle. He drove down the road, grabbed the bag and escaped. I tried to race after him, but I didn't even have time to see if it was a man or a woman. Mrs. Oliviers. I couldn't see his face, but he was dressed in a jacket like those bikers who hang around on street corners. Miss Phillips, it was definitely not a local biker. They are bald and have beards, but this guy looked Asian, probably Japanese or Chinese. It's probably your other half. Mrs. Patterson, I didn't see a weapon in his hands, I just saw him grab the bag off of her. Okay, fair enough. Let's see how those guys are doing. Hopefully they'll be able to make a decent show of that. Report, destruction of property. Offenders caught, good job lads. Officers unharmed, everyone gets some XP. Well done. Report, we've got 3 new frames here. Okay, let's have a look. So open investigation, so we've got 3 new frames. So me and my husband, so I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop. The offender was on a motorcycle, that we know. He drove down the road, grabbed the bag, and then escaped. I tried to grab that. So that one, and that one. There we go. Your suspect, just like that. Your suspect is Quan Yin Lin, Chinese migrant, recently expelled from university. Interesting. Your detectives have some information on the whereabouts of the suspect. Sometimes there might be a number of locations to choose from. To carry out the arrest, 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to apprehend the suspect. The lead investigator is not on duty. The arrest will have to wait. But remember that the fugitives won't sit patiently until your schedule. Okay. Also, remember that criminals will react in different ways. A frightened thief is likely to surrender as soon as the game is up, but a brutal killer might want to see how many he can take with him. With more dangerous criminals, it's safe to send experienced officers, even with SWAT teams as you see fit. We won't send the SWAT then, we'll just send these 2, as well as the lead officer. Should be fine. It's just a thief. Right, Atticus Tower. Let's have a look here. Only 1 officer off duty. A guard went out for a smoke and saw a teenager writing obscenities on the wall of a building. I chased the brat up the tree. You can take it from here. Skelton, get on the job. Fantastic. Let's see how we do. Should be alright. 2 officers back on duty there, which is great. Barely got anyone in. Let's see how we do. Robbery reports. Offender caught. Excellent job. Nice one. Case closed. You are able to arrest all suspects. Beasley did a very good job there. Scanlon is going in. Hopefully he's going to have the means to catch him. Report. Offender escaped. Ah, that's a shame. Officer unharmed. Sad. Yeah, he could only go on his own, though. I didn't have anyone else to respond. That's not too bad. End the day. Looks like tomorrow is going to be a long day. More like the first of a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. I see. Right then. So people are knackered. He needs to rest. He needs to rest. Hopefully we'll be alright. Stovall. It's because he's old, I think. End the day. Cool then. So Thomas Blaine, pregnant woman killer, sent to mental hospital. According to Dr. Eleonora Waterbury, Thomas Blaine had a new form of schizophrenia. Mayor Rogers not afraid of the competition. Continue to work. Nice one. I know, the vandal was in a fucking tree.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier. He left you this.
A man? What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope and left.
Damn. Okay,
you can only send 1 SWAT per shift. Okay. Good to know, Shadow Killer. Oh my god.
The photo could have been doctored, of course, but Sam doesn't go in for cheap theatrics. Kendrick is dead, his family is dead, and they probably died slowly and painfully. But Sam's got a bigger game. He's not trying to frighten me. He's just trying to clue me in on the facts. I didn't agree to work for him on my own, so now they're just going to insist. Boyd.
Good morning, Jack. I believe you just received my message.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But I assure you, Jack, if I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet. Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Oh, shit.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. You start today.
Jesus.
8 in 10. It's been my go-to principle since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But now I just officially became a mafia whore. I'm supposed to be fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's going to happen to 8 and 10?
Jesus. Right then, let's have a look. McStone, I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? No, come in. Right, okay, let's see what we got going on here. So, a couple of good officers here. Let's get an extra stripe on Coachy here. Let's get her as a good cop. Let's start the day with that. Drunk Copper's great choice. Real cop can work through any hangover. Right, let's get some different music on then. So I like the look of this album. Give it a try. No idea what it is. Singin' 'Em by John Sangster. G-Tunes, not even iTunes. G-Tunes. Oh, very nice. Looks like you're forced to help the mafia no matter what. The only choice is whether the deputy lives or not, really. So, Yang Sin turned out to be a member of a gang known as the Red Masks. He could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Except, there are a number of gangs in Freeburg. That means there's bounties to collect. Some of the criminals you come across will be members of one gang or another. In exchange for immunity, they may be willing to give up their bosses. Start to investigate Mr. Ning He. This way you can get your hooks into gang members higher and higher up the food chain and ultimately take down the boss. If you do arrest the boss, the gang will be finished and you'll get to claim a reward. There's also a reward for formally charging gang members. Whenever you arrest a gang member, you get a bonus, but your deal with that person is over. Don't settle for small fish. You use the small fish to catch the big fish. Start investigating. Right then. So, receiving stolen property. Let's see here. The Brito. Let's get him on the case. He's tired, but it'll have to do. Right, so eliminate the Red Mask Gang. From City Hall, Biao Lang gave several interviews in which she spoke about the atrocities committed by the Red Masks Gang. She embellished a lot and distorted the facts. I want you to keep people from panicking. You need to take down the gang within the next 4 days. Fire all black cops. Failed. Jack, you swore an oath to serve the city. If you can't keep promises, we won't keep ours. City Hall request. Job officer slot. You can hire 1 more police officer. Let's see here. Oh my god, 400. Okay. I probably want him on the... So this is B shift. Let's get him on A shift. Let's do it. Right then. Not bad at all. Awesome stuff. Nice one. One over here. Attempted murder. A young employee at a factory got into a fight with the manager and is trying to push him into a vat of boiling chocolate. Alright then, let's take one of the rookies on. Purdy, go and take McStone, one of our alcoholics. Let's get him down the chocolate factory. Willy Wonka style. Let's do it. We've got to train up our rookies as well. Investigation has started. So, right-hand man. Ning He is the faithful assistant of Jin Yang, a founding member of the gang. He's entrusted with the most serious jobs. Necklace. Ning He keeps his more valuable prizes at home while he arranges their sale. He then brings them to Wise Dragon Restaurant on the day before he's planning to make the deal. The gang must have had an immediate buyer for the necklace, so Ning He brought it to the restaurant the same night it was stolen. Restaurant. Usually the restaurant is open around the clock, but it was closed that night before an important deal was going down. Door. Ning He has the key to the restaurant. Repository. Valuables are kept in a safe under the bar. Interesting. Right then. Oh my god. He was killed in a car accident. According to your report, he was drunk. Shit, I should have let him stay home. Well, here goes him. For fuck's sake, Q. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I didn't think he was that bad. Well, apparently he is. Labour market. Right, let's hire someone else in then. Let's get Sharon Flowers to take over on the B shift. At least it was only 116, wasn't too bad. It literally said he was still drunk. Fair enough, fair enough. Attempted murder. Purdy, offender caught, officer unharmed. Well, she did it on her own. Good job, Purdy. Let's have a look here. Carjacking, suburb. Let's have a look here. A parking lot attendant, Dylan Burns, reported seeing a teenager walking between cars trying handles in the hopes of finding an unlocked vehicle. Before the attendant could approach him, the teenager found an unlocked door and shut himself inside. A few seconds later, the teen drove shrieking from the parking lot, greatly exceeding the speed limit. He fled towards the suburbs. Right, let's get some of our best officers on that. Let's get Yancey, and then let's get Austin as well. Let's get you guys on it. Hopefully you'll be okay. The rest of them are relatively decent cops, so we should be alright. Should be a relatively easy catch for the three of them. Nice one. I thought he was just hungover, not actually still... That's what I thought, said Kaleri. Well, he's gone alright. Investigations are still ongoing. Let's have a look here. Officers have determined the car thief's location. We can either overtake the criminal and attempt to take him into the custody, catch up with the stolen vehicle and open fire, or overtake the offender and try to block the road. Don't want to put officers attempt to take him into custody, catch up with the stolen vehicle and open fire. Let's do it. Officer caught. Offender caught. Officers unharmed, and everybody gets some XP. Bring it back to the police station, folks. Let's get it sorted. Hostage situation in the suburb. A weeping child called in saying that someone was holding him against his will. They won't let me go outside. They torture me and bully me. I don't think I can keep going. I want to go outside and see Pete. Okay, let's get some of our best officers on it there. Well, no, one of our best officers. Let's get Purdy, Zabaki, and Ozaki on it. And then sadly that just leaves Asano. But what can you do? Got to make sure we pass that check. Some of our officers are just about to come off the beat, so just having Asano left isn't too bad. Send SWAT, there's no need. Sounds like a false alarm, do you reckon? Should be alright. You still have an old investigation going on. True. Details. Nothing I can really do about this, though. Because that's the pickup truck, not a sedan. I don't know how I'm supposed to get more stuff with this one. Detectives. Archive. Oh, what the fuck? Was that the wrong button? Okay. I feel like I just clicked the wrong thing. Never mind. Joseph Lowry's mother wouldn't let him go out and play until he ate his broccoli. Fair enough. Wow, cute. I didn't tell me what archive is. Christopher G. Sand. Jack, we're dealing with a moron who refuses to pay his debts. Says that the police will protect him. I think it's time we show him whose side the police are on. Refuse. Okay, let's see what this one's about. Theft. We received a call from an angry casino patron. He claims that one of the casino girls was hanging around his table, lifted his wallet, which was carrying a couple of $1,000s in cash, and several credit cards. Casino security shoved him outside, saying that he was drunk, but the man isn't giving up so easily. Right then, let's get Yancey, and let's get Austin on it as well. Let's get you both out there. Should be enough. Can you unarchive? That's a shame. Do you not read anything? There was no mouse over prompt. I just clicked it, and I thought it was going to come up with a checkbox saying, "Are you sure?" to tell me what was going on. Sadly, it did not. So what can you do? Nice one. Let's get in dark out. Assault with a deadly weapon. Oh my god. At a parking lot exit, a security guard stopped a suspicious-looking van and asked to check the driver's membership card. The female driver reached casually into the glove box and pulled out a gun and opened fire. Okay, well, we're going to want some of our best, so let's get Kachi, Purdy, and then let's get a full complement. Cannot take SWAT to this one for some reason, but let's proceed with a full complement of police. This should be a... See how we do with that. Working late into the night tonight. Let's see, with the theft, sorry, let's see what that was. Offender caught. Officer unharmed, good lads. A police cruiser has caught up with the perpetrator's van. Use the bullhorn to stop the van, shoot out the criminal's tyres, try to run the van off the road. In those cases, it involves getting closer. Let's try and shoot out the criminal's tyres. The van takes a sharp turn and crashes through the window of a sex shop. A woman exits the vehicle, grabs the shop attendant, and puts a gun to his head. Throw a rubber sex doll at the assailant. Let go of the man right now. Shoot the criminal in the head. Of course I'm going to throw the sex doll. 412. Of course it works. Of course it works. Every time. Right then. Lots of experience for the crew there, which is fantastic. Those guys will be RTB. Shouldn't take them too long. In terms of investigations, can I get more detectives on this? Yeah, I can. Okay, so let's get lead investigator. Well, let's get Beasley, and then let's get Moser on it as well. So Beasley and Moser, let's get you both on that. Shouldn't take you too long. In fact, actually, we want to get as many detectives on it as we can, just because it's going to take a while. And we want to get that sorted in a few days. Right then. Not sure when this shift ends. Isn't that the completed cases? I don't think it is. There we go. Cases. 3 frames. Details. Yeah, that's this one. Let's have a look here. So we've got these. So arrives, opens, walks in, safe. There we go. Ning He, Chinese immigrant, hasn't officially worked anywhere for the past 10 years. Interesting. Let's get someone else on him. Let's get 2 officers. 98 became owner of the house. The home was interesting. Let's send some of our better officers. Let's send Purdy and Yancey over there. We could send SWAT, but there's probably no need. Should be fine. I'm going to send just 2 officers. I'm not going to send SWAT. Just in case I need them. Nice. So far, so good. Very nice. Report. Here we go. Offender caught. Fantastic. Everybody gets some XP for that, which is great. You were able to arrest all suspects. Case closed. Fantastic there. So now the job is to start investigating that one. Or... can't go that way. Can't start investigating her yet. I wonder why. Reports. Detective Brito, you've got 3 new frames. Okay, well we literally just got those frames. And we've pieced together the sequence, okay? Then we just end the day. Fantastic. Hello, Mr. Soviet. Holy shit. 3,137 people. It's Raid Shadow Legends, man. Okay, so in terms of... what the fuck? Thank you very much there to... I'm going to call you Uniro. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub, sir. Welcome aboard. Well, this is a game called This is the Police. It's mostly a sort of... I want to call it like a graphic novel. The game is told... the story is told primarily through cutscenes. Sort of interactive cutscenes in which we're able to make some key choices. And then the gameplay element comes in the form of managing our police force. We are playing the Chief of Police. We're on the closing of our first week. What we have learnt is that the city is corrupt as fuck, and that we are starting to get dragged into its criminal underworld. At the minute, we're trying to run an uptight, proper police force and not bow to the mafia. Interactive visual novel kind of thing. Not really, but it's kind of like that. You'll see what I mean as it goes on. And so we're trying to just we're trying to just keep our head above water, really. We retire in 180 days, so we've just got to chill out. I heard you are ZF Quebec. You may have heard properly. Thank you, everybody, for the follows, and thank you, everybody, for the subs. I'm afraid the subs are flying away quicker than I can see them. Badger, thank you very much for the Tier 1 sub, and thank you there to The Great Jones as well. Quick question on the coming Divinity 2 stream. Is it Friday? It is Friday. Big fan of the 4-man streams, by the way. Thank you very much, Faber. It is this Friday. Any relation to the province of Quebec? Sadly not. Let's end the day. McStone died. I forced him to work on the job while he was drunk, and he died in a car crash. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. Day 7. Racist gangs run wild in the city. This is a warning for you now. there is allusions to sexual content in the game and heavy themes of racism. If either of those things are going to weird you out, obviously you don't see anything, but it's definitely alluded to, then yes, if that's not your thing, it's back away now, back away. Keep going. And violence, lots of violence. We saw 4 severed heads not long ago, albeit in this low poly, graphic, but still graphic. So if you don't like the sound of that, then back away now. It is quite, despite its sort of appealing, sort of low poly, quite chirpy nature, the themes of this are quite dark and quite messed up. And there's loads of sex, violence, drugs, all kinds of stuff. Some of it's pretty messed up. So don't be fooled by the decor. This game's quite serious. So, let's go. Every day starts with us in a shitty little car, trying to rev it up, get it to work. I love low poly severed heads. Well, this is for you then. This is what I mean by the story.
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough to knock these people out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of 100 rats in the ice arena. The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers. But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up. Everyone understands when some Freeburg crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions. Myself, I kinda like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop water. It's something to think about.
Nice. Okay. Let's move on. Okay then, so Martin Stett is your new deputy. Yeah, because he was killed, wasn't he? The old guy. Right then, so let's have a look here. So who can I sack from the job here? So this is our A shift. This is the next day. Stovall here is nice, but he is getting on a bit. Because he's an old crone, he gets tired really easily, and that does reduce his effectiveness. So even though he's got a really high score, I should probably use him a lot less, just because of the fact that, you know, he's takes a little bit longer to get his energy back. So let's not use Stovall that much if we can avoid it. New records can be obtained as a gift or as a thank you for your service, but why wait when you can refill your collection now? So we can shop in the catalogue. The Ulrich List catalogue, you can always find a rich assortment at the lowest possible prices. Pre-order and save. Interesting. Coming soon. If I pre-order, it's nice and cheap. Fucking look. Every time. Every time. Every time. Sweet ginger green. Beautiful. Right then. Can you buy sex? Maybe. The Mafia can offer you some very interesting services. You're practically a member of the family now, so it will hardly cost you a thing. Interesting. Affairs. The Sands. Crime Trap. The Mafia will satisfy a false crime in progress report, and all the officers who arrive at the scene will be killed. Oh my god. Investigation trap. The Mafia will falsify a special investigation and the detective who arrives at the scene will be killed. Only one detective. Threaten. Mafia will intimidate members of the committee before hearing at the prosecutor's office. Interesting. Well, I know how to get rid of Birch Jr. Well, we're trying not to interact with the Mafia in this, so we're leaving them alone as best we can. Your new assistant is no Kendrick, but he's not as useless as you might seem. He can handle some of your duties when you're pressed for time, but lunch is on you, along with any other expenses. Deputy. So, Police Academy. Send your staff for training. Barbecue, send the employees on an informal outdoor party. Hire a snitch. Pay an employee to gather information for you. We could buy names, buy silence, or whatever it is. So what should I do here, chat? Should I do anything like this? What do we think we should do, chat? You don't have to do any of this yet. Train your people? Send your staff for training. Are you sure you want to buy this? Yes. Who could I send for training? We could send Stovall. Okay. Going to send Stovall for training. Right then. So that leaves a lot of people there. He's going to be training very soon, which is all good. Don't send to training. Birch? We could send Birch. Okay, we'll send Birch later. So City Hall, crime in progress, theft, Bigfoot athletic shoe shop. A shoe store clerk reports that two teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display and tried them on, and then without paying ran out of the shop wearing the new shoes. Let's get Kingston, and then let's get Van Dahl on it. Let's get them chased down. These are good officers. They'll be able to do the job for us. Not bad at all. Birch, I've got to find a way of sacking. Birch. Didn't come to work. Came to work drunk. Too old? Failed 3 assignments in a row. Don't need him gone just yet. Interesting. Creating an ultra cop, yeah. I want Stovall to be like Terminator Phelps. Investigations. Cases. Gangs. Can I... There we go. Start to investigate Jiang Yang. Let's get Beasley on it. And then let's get Moser as our 2IC. And then let's get them investigating. Right then. Murder. Oh dear. Attempted murder. A man returning from work earlier than usual found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid called the police when she saw the husband making for a hunting rifle on the wall of the cabinet. Let's send our best guys for this one. Let's send McNamara Jr. as well as let's get Stovall out there as well. Stovall and McNamara Jr. We're also going to get Killibus as well. Killibus. Kabilius. There we go. We got there in the end. Thank you very much there to Starmonger as well for feeling the jams. Thank you very much. Attempted murder should do not... And fuck it. Let's attach fucking Butch Jr. to the end as well. Attempted murder. Could be nasty. The teens standing around smoking not far from the store admiring their new shoes. Hey, mind if I have a cigarette? We could, should we... What? So we could go time to return the shoes, try to grab a cigarette from them, or just try to grab one of the boys. I reckon in both of those cases they're going to run off, but if we go for the cigarettes... A lot of people seem to think first one. Investigation archive, maybe there's a case there to reopen. Good idea. A lot of people think number 1, time to return those shoes. Remember from Frostpunk not to always trust the wisdom of the crowd. True. I'm going to go with 2. Hey, mind if I have a cigarette? Offender caught. There we go. Officers unharmed. Bit of intuition there. Nice one. So, investigations. Archive. Homicide. Reopen the case. There we go. Let's get Davenport on it. He's tired. Looks like he's a drinker. But we'll proceed with that. Let's get him to keep working that case. Right then. Plenty of officers on duty, which is perfect. Investigation. Handling of stolen goods. Jin Yang always handles the big deals personally. Sale of stolen goods. Buyer. Chinese businessman Bo Zhu, I guess it is. H is silent, perhaps. Secretly arrived in Freiburg last week. He's convinced that the necklace was stolen from his family back in the 17th century. Transfer of goods. Jin Yang typically pretends to be a regular restaurant visitor, and he tells the buyer in advance which table to find her at. Escort. Bo Zhu prepares to travel without a bodyguard or driver, as not to attract too much attention. Payment. Yang always insists in full payment up front. He gets dropped off. We'll have to see what cards we get. Today in Freeburg, we're hosting the premiere of Back to the Future. The film's distributors have asked the city for an officer to stand on the door to ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras into the theatre. Let's get let's get Robbins on it. Robbins should be able to do that. Let's keep our other guys for work in the field. Okay, should be good. Messages are in. Attempted murder reports. Offender has been caught. Officers are unharmed. Civilians are unharmed. A very experienced officer really helped with that one. Also, Birch Jr. finally got himself some experience. We might try and train up Birch Jr. if we can. Looks like he's a drinker. Holy fuck you. Quite the analysis. Thank you. Pretty much spot on, to be fair. Right then, Freeburg Elementary School. Assault, Freeburg Elementary School. A young father, deprived of his parental rights, tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked a teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. Right then, let's not fuck around with that. Let's get Kingston. Let's get... We'll get 2 people on that. Let's get Kingston and Scanlon on it, and then we'll keep Vandal and Samadhi free. Let's get you 2 on it. 150 is considered average, bearing in mind. So these scores, 150 is considered average. Let's have a look here. Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue, which our mutual friend, Charles Dill, said you could help me with. As you may already know, I own the largest music store in Freeburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half of my record collection in a lawsuit, and there's a lot of rare records in there. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her that those records were evidence in an important investigation, she'd just smile and give them whatever they asked for and not even check on the warrant. Should I bother with this? Birch got carried? I think that's the... Yeah, I think that's it. Scanlon. That's it. What do we think? Skip? I'm just going to skip. No, I'm not going to bother. Just wants me to do some dirty work. Mafia assignment. Jack, we have something going down at the engineering plant at there. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think 4,000 should be enough for us. No. I'm going to go in on that. I'm going to work against the policemen. So I'm going to work against them. I'm going to make sure that my best officers are there. I'm going to send the SWAT in as well. Disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct. Gallery of Modern Art. A guard says that someone got into the exhibition hall, scrawled pictures of penises on the artwork, and hid in the closet. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's get Let's get Kibilius on the case along with Samadhi. That should be good enough. Those 2 are pretty good. Literally ZF, yeah. Report the assault. Let's have a look here. How did we do? Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Very good police officers. Very nice. These 3 are really keeping us above water here, which is fantastic. City centre, which is great. Evening. I'm just going to... I could just... Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to get Birch to go over. Disorderly conduct. All of the lights on... Oh, sorry. All of the lights are on when the police arrive. The museum caretaker explains that he's had the job for a couple of weeks and he's worried about... He's going to be fired over this foolishness. The police calm him down and points out the bathroom stalls where the artists lock themselves inside. We can either enter the adjoining stall, come out with your hands up, or break down the door. I think come out with your hands up is going to be a good way to go. The old case... Sorry, that old case has already worked. You just need to put the pictures in the right order. Witnesses aren't always reliable. Car/truck, I see. Let's go with 2. Come out with your hands up. A terrified and tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some sort of performance art, and that no one understands him, and he refuses to surrender, and he's threatening to stab himself. Tell me more about your work. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. We just want to talk. Should we go with... Let's go with 3. Let's talk more about his work. I'm going to talk more about his work. There we go. Nice one. Good guess. A police station. What is this? We could get Birch over there. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to let that expire. Just some crap. Okay, coming into late evening now, which is good. In terms of investigation, so someone said here, homicide, details. Someone said I needed to put this in the right order. So I'm guessing drives up like that. See, I don't think that's right, because they talk about a machine gun. I think you can get additional frames here. I think we're missing some frames from this. I don't think I've got the right thing. You need to get more frames. I thought so. Right then, let's keep it going. 8 o'clock in the evening. Getting late. Bit of a storm rolling in from the sounds of things. Stuff's going to be going down later this evening. Robbins is helping man the doors at the cinema. Shit is going to be going down at the warehouse. Let's get ready to bust in big time. There we go. Theft. Engineering plant. We just received a call from the groundskeeper at the machine factory. He spotted 2 offenders stealing aluminium from the factory through a hole in the wall. Let's get McNamara. We can't send that. Let's get Kingston. And then let's get Killabus. And then we'll get Scanlon on it as well. Got a very experienced team going after him. SWAT time. Can't put the SWAT team in. So let's go after him. I'm having him. He's going up there to the engineering plant. Report. Sale of stolen goods. Detective Belsley got 3 new frames. Let's have a look here. So I'm guessing this, this, and this. No? Swap those 2 round. Let's have a look. This one. Always insists on full payment up front. Never deals in cash. Interesting. Maybe that. I don't think I have the right frames. I need to get more frames. The cash frame must be wrong, yeah. That's him walking up to the bar. Opens that one, that one. So yeah, the cash frame must be wrong. Always insists in full payments up front, never deals in cash. Never deals in cash, sorry. So that must be wrong. It's a bit like John Wick, now that I think about it. Homicide, report. You've got 3 new frames. Here we go. Right, so let's see. This, so the sedan, this place, and then the machine gun. So they drove in in a sedan. They shot a machine gun. Didn't see very much. Let's see here. Sedan, shot it like a machine gun. Only heard a few muffled shots. Got what he deserved. He's been caught in trouble for a long time. Place was there, did nothing. I went to buy some medicine. Interesting. That looks more like a sedan to me. That results in a dead body. So I reckon the sedan and what's it's right, but I guess I'm missing just another piece of evidence. First guy is drunk. Is he? What do you mean first guy is drunk? It said muffled shots, but then up here it says shot like a machine gun. I didn't see very much. So it could have been a suppressed pistol or that. Doesn't seem satisfied with it. Drove by in a sedan. This place, shot, and then something else. I'm not sure. Graham is a drunk witness. Shot like a machine gun. Didn't see very much. Okay, so maybe it is a suppressed pistol then. Only heard a few muffled shots. A neighbour. Got what he deserved. Neighbour. A witness. Don't remember the car. The neighbourhood was quiet. Doesn't seem right. I'm just going to have to leave that there, I think. Eric Graham. A drunk witness. I see. Sorry. My bad. Graham is a drunk witness. Okay. Don't think I've got anything more I can learn from that. There we go. Interesting. Sometimes a call turns out a lot worse than anyone could have guessed. When this happens, officers might request reinforcements. If you have no one available to send, you don't want your people putting their lives on the line, you might need to call them back to the station, but you'll be hanging citizens out to dry. Let's send out Stovall, and then let's send out Vandal. Let's send out more reinforcements. So some of my best men are on it. Psychological test at City Hall. Jack, you must have seen the newspaper stories about Thomas Blaine, the retired cop who went schizophrenic and shot a pregnant woman. To ensure this tragedy doesn't repeat itself, we decided to conduct a psychological testing for all cops over the age of 50 years. That includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleanor Waterbury will be waiting for you in her office. Don't be late. Okay, so reinforcements are going out there. Your mate literally doesn't check the chat. I am very involved. I do apologise. So we couldn't send SWAT out, but we've sent out 6 police officers to go and deal with this. Let's hope we've got enough. Interesting. Report theft. Offenders escaped. Officers unharmed. Okay, that's not too bad, though. That's not too bad. I mean... Okay, fair enough, the offenders escaped, but I mean, look at the fucking god-tier police force that we had working on it. It's hardly a... Yeah, not a bad outcome. Right. Disappointed. Jack, we don't know why you did it, but we hope you had a good reason. Don't forget who your friends are. We don't want any more trouble. I don't know what that is in there. Matter of friendship. Look, I don't want to work with him. I want to work with someone else. End of day. Oh, I guess I just end it. There we go. Lovely. So, A shift. Stovall here. I mean, he's good, but I think I'm going to have to let him go. Like, he's a great cop and all, but if I get someone that can replace him, I'm going to get him replaced. He's getting on a bit as well. Especially you as well. You're getting on a bit. Interesting. Also, use the brown car in that case instead of the red one. I tried. Interesting. City Treasury doles out 90,000 for Mayor's birthday. Mysterious Robespierre announces political ambitions. 6 new restaurants appear in city by year's end. Interesting. I mean, you have a 400 copy without a strike, true. Dr. Eleanor Waterbury, Mr. Boyd, this is a very simple test. I'll show you a card with an abstract image. You just tell me what you see. Okay. Man taking a handful of tablets. Flying severed heads. I see this. A man taking a handful of tablets in a barn. I'm just going to answer it truthfully. Interesting. What's this one? A man going back to his house. A butterfly. A man with a clock for a face. A man going back to his house. This one. Decorating a Christmas tree. A dancing girl. A woman decorating a Christmas tree is what I see. A man giving a Christmas ornament. A tower on a hill. A baby with spider's legs. A man giving a woman a Christmas ornament. What I see. Interesting. A woman dropping the Christmas ornament. Yeah, the woman dropping that Christmas ornament. Yeah, that's what I see. Christmas ornament on the floor. It's pretty clear what we're seeing. Man yelling at the woman. Slapping the man. It's all pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going with what I see with. Man pushing the woman. Falling over into the Christmas tree. Thank you for your time, Mr. White. I'll inform you about the test results in the coming days. Interesting. Right then. Shea Broom re-elected as Freeburg General Attorney. No black employees at City Hall. Mayor says accident, air quotes. Major businessman ready to invest in the future of city. Interesting stuff. Right then. That's it. Okay then, so we've got some stripes to hand out here. Let's get Mr. Mannerman a stripe. Let's give him a stripe. We've got one spare. Let's give it to him. Nice one. I've got it. I'm contractually obliged. I have to. I have to keep putting this on. Right then. Let's rock and roll. Right then, City Hall. A few months ago, an unregistered feminist organisation appeared in Freeburg. Today they are holding their first protest. As far as we know, the organisation is backed by foreign sponsors, and their goal is to get their people into important positions in City Hall. The protest may escalate into something more serious, and we need to show them who's in charge. Use batons and tear gas, even firearms if necessary. Let them show what intimidation looks like, up close and personal. Yes, boss. Right then. They're waiting for this. There we go. Feminist protest. About 50 women are gathered in the park chanting, "Let us be successful." SWAT! We can send SWAT officers. Are you joking me? It probably won't require that serious of a response. Let's get some of our... Let's get Killabus there, and then let's get Samadhi, and then we'll take Robbins as well. I think that will be all it takes. Send SWAT. You reckon sending the SWAT? SWAT the feminists. You reckon? Send ZF? SWAT them? Just send the... Okay, fine. We'll send the SWAT. Never said... Are you sure? Are you sure you... Oh, wait there. There we go. Are you sure you don't want to send any officers? I am sending officers. Oh, okay, I need to send at least another one. There we go. So let's send Birch. You have to send 4. There we go. Right then, Jack, we have a problem. The chief prosecutor of Freeburg is a woman, and it seems she's on the side of the feminists. You might want to walk... So you might... Oh my god, look at this money. You might be walking into some serious legal problems. We better play it safe and fake some evidence to shield you from any possible persecution. Evidence against... No, refuse. Right then, so psychological test. Your psyche is in good shape. My only concern is your stress level. My research shows that Beethoven's music soothes and relaxes the nervous system. What? I recommend you invest a bit of good old Ludwig van. Mr. Ludwig van. And, yeah, any violent urges. Okay, funeral. The man who crashed like an idiot. City Hall, tomorrow is the deadline. Scarecrow. Leaving work, Jack caught sight of a scarecrow with a dagger through its eye. The handle is engraved with the letter S. No idea. Let's have a look here. Crime in progress. Hostage situation. Wow, there we go. I'm glad we... Okay, well, the SWAT team is officially out there. A dissatisfied client entered some law offices with a pistol, took several employees hostage, and demanded a meeting with the firm's partners. The shyster Jews took me for a ride. They sucked up all of my money. My son still went to jail. Let's get our best officers on that. Proceed. Everybody's out on deployment for the moment. SWAT has more important things to do. Right then. Right, feminine protest. Suppress the protest by force. Come on, chat. You can't thrust this on a Twitch streamer. You can't thrust a choice like this on a Twitch streamer. Like, come on now. There's a hostage situation. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. Don't do it, Q. Terms of service. No, that's it. We have Wombles here. Yeah, no, we're not suppressing them by force yet. Christ. That's it. Oh, God, do it. No, absolutely not. Right, okay. Mafia assignment. G-San, Jack, we have something to do at the casino. We wouldn't want any police. 8,000 should be enough for a request? No. Right, if you send people, I'm sending people. Report hostage situation. Offender caught. Officer. Oh! Holy shit, what a shootout. 3 officers down. Well, okay. Let's have a bit of a recruitment drive, shall we? Police station. Let's have a look here. Labour market. Who we got in? Some of my best officers are dead. Can't believe it. Let's have a look here. Right, lead. Arson. Let's have a look here. People are working on other cases. Investigations. Let's see. I could pull one of the detectives off of there. Yeah, let's get one of the detectives over here. Moser, start working this one. Nice one. Why didn't they call for backup? It's a good question. Well, they are done. Kingston, Vandal, and Scanlon all just got riddled. Robbery at the casino. I don't have any SWAT to bring with us. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's send as many as I can. This is what I get for sending the SWAT to the feminist fucking thing. It's a good thing we sent SWAT to the feminists. Yep. Jesus Christ. Have you suppressed the feminists, then the officers would have lived. That's it. Should have forced an end to the protest. Okay, to Constitution Arcade. There we go. I can only send 1 officer in backup. Send it. Can't believe how many people died. Mr. Boyd, today we're installing a new slot machine with the Magdalene 3. The last time we put a new one of the bigger kids almost broke it on the first day. It would be great if you could send us a couple of officers. I don't have a couple of officers. We're dealing with various shootouts. Investigation into arson has started. I'll have a look at that in a little bit. Jesus. I really hope that half of my police force doesn't die in one day. That'd be great. Suspicious individual. Report robbery. Officers caught. Well done. No officers harmed. Well done, lads. Disappointed. We don't know why you did it, but we hope you had a good reason. Right, okay, I don't have long. Well done, lads. Well done. Send a SWAT team to the arcade. You can only use the SWAT team once. Crazy that guy went out shooting in the way that he did. Right then, so I've only got 9 seconds to respond to that. So, suspicious individual. Let's have a look here. A pregnant girl called in the report of a suspicious gynecologist who she met in reception. The doctor was behaving very strangely and attempted to persuade the girl to have an abortion, though she was already 5 months pregnant. Though streaming in tears, she explained the doctor said that for only $10,000 she would save me from the parasite inside my body. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure these guys should be... Shouldn't you be available, yeah, for tasking? There we go. Okay, so let's send you and Bobbins. Send you both. And then over here, disorderly conduct. Let's have a look here. The ghetto. Housewife Takara Montez often complains to the police about her neighbours. They're constantly making a racket and getting into fights, always refusing to discuss things. Let's get you and you over there. She called the police again today after hearing loud bangs in the apartment along with screams. About 6 or 7 people live there. Now let's proceed, and then let's send Birch over to the arcade. Oh, I can't send just Birch, I need to send someone else. Okay, the mayor himself. Jack, you swore an oath to serve the city. If you can't keep your promises, I mean, I won't keep ours. So the mayor wanted me to put down the protesters. But what can you do? There we go. Sans needs help. Jack, we're about to bring in a large shipment of alcohol, but we've heard that our new partners like to play tough. We need a couple of your guys for insurance. Refuse. Stop ringing me! I'm going to change my phone. You got strong-armed into it, literally. See how we do. The doctor spots the police, grabs a scalpel and shouts, "Come on, I'll release your souls from this filthy world." Hit him with the taser. We could use pepper spray. Shall we use pepper spray? Taser or pepper spray? Shoot him with a gun. I reckon, well, a lot of people reckon taser. Taser, we'll go with the taser. Hit him with the taser. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Nice one, chap. Right then. Right, okay. Disorderly conduct in the ghetto. The situation is more serious than we thought. Requesting reinforcements. I don't have anyone. I should probably get them to retreat. Good call. I should probably get them to retreat, otherwise, yeah. Best backup ever, that's your moment. I think retreating. Birch? Let's do it. Birch Jr. going in with the trench gun. He's going to clear the ghetto. What's that fucking that scene with do you know from LA Noire when they're in the hobo camp, Rusty? And he's just like, we got to hold out till backup arrives. And like Phelps is like, how would you propose we do that? Like this. Like it just starts sweeping the deck. Like he's taking like a curling broom and he's just going straight through the hobo camp. That is literally that is going to be our man Birch Jr. Fantastic. Oh, that's awesome. Right, okay, well, let's see if Birch can hold it down. There's 7 people in there, apparently. Arson report. Let's have a look here. We've got 3 new frames. Let's have a look. So, the incident occurred, during the screening of the film The Jim Jarmusch, film Stranger Than Paradise. The screen is ruined and the members of the audience suffer minor injuries in the panic, but no one was hurt. It's theatre management. I remember a girl with bright red hair. I sold her a ticket over the soda, although I don't do it. She's really nice. I noticed the hairband, the soda. Interesting. Mr. McKay. Right then. I sat in the last row a few minutes after the film started. I heard someone enter the room and slam the door. I was going to say something because I don't like it when someone distracts me from the film. Then I saw a flash of fire and a flaming bottle. Interesting. When the screen caught fire, I thought it must have been part of the show. You know what I heard? I saw that. Interesting. Burnt that down. That and that. No? That? None of these match up with any of them. When the fire started, I immediately looked around for a way out, and that's when I spotted her. The red-headed fool. She ran away quickly. There wasn't time I could do it. That's that. These 2 frames don't seem to match. Interesting. Right then. Well, let's have a look. Homicide report. We've got 3 new frames. Let's have a look then. So, he deals up front. Let's have a look here. Always handles the big deals personally. So, he wouldn't have a posse with him. There we go, got it. Yin Yang is the owner of the Wise Dragon restaurants. There we go, let's get 2 officers in there. Bobbins and Killerbus. Let's get you both down there to make the arrest. Disorderly conduct. Officer, officers unharmed. Offenders caught. Fantastic. We did the job. He went in there. New frames found. Okay, so what other frames did we find? We haven't found any other frames. Birch actually did it. I know, right? They drove in a sedan, shot like a machine gun, didn't see much, only heard a few muffled shots. Got what he discerned, he's been used causing trouble for a long time. Interesting. No new frames.
Yeah.
Interesting. No more frames, that's it. So it's this is it. Strange. Car, gun, car going away. Oh! Whoops. There we go. Travis Horton is a known racist. That's... okay. Whoops. And you accidentally cracked the case. Right then, I'm still waiting for officers to come off duty, so bear with us here. There we go. We've only got a few seconds. Rape report. Offender escaped. A Mr. Rape report, apparently. What's going on here? Where was that guy? Okay, I guess just end the day. Offender caught. Fantastic. Nice one. Case closed. You're able to arrest all suspects. Excellent. Eliminate the gang. Awesome. You've destroyed this gang. Well done. Oh, we didn't do everything badly. Good job and keep up the work. Make sure your final days of free work are much more comfortable. Okay, so I can either work for my city or work for a comfortable retirement. I see what the game's getting at here. Right then, each of your employees receives a weekly salary, the ones who are still alive anyway, but if you bury the paperwork, you can pull some money from any of the deceased officers' salaries so long as they're alive and healthy on paper. This will keep printing perfectly healthy paychecks. I'm going to declare them all dead. Boss, I quit. I just want to spend more time. Oh my god, Beasley. Beasley's out. Christ, okay, fair enough. Beasley's gone. Jesus. Well, this turned into a hot mess really quickly. Right then, I am going to call that there for now. Train Birch, yeah, I really do. I should go get him. He's like a fucking trench gun god. So I'm going to call that there for now. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's cool. It's a cool game. It's a cool game. FTL time. Host up, Freddy. We'll see who's gonna get this gaggle of people here. So yeah, thank you very much. Obviously, if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, do feel free to drop a subscription or indeed follow. Obviously, we do play various weird and wonderful games that the chat points me towards, although it does take me a little bit of time to get them started. Shadow Killer's been banging my head like a couple of rocks together as been trying to get me to play this game for a while, and I am kind of enjoying it now that I'm here. It's pretty good. Glad you've all enjoyed the stream. Hopefully Soviet SWAT stream was nice and fun. You all had a good time there. I'm going to find somebody who's worth your time. One of the things that I will... I'll shill it now, my friends. I have a Patreon just below the stream. So if you wanted to obviously give us a hand sort of getting an idea, because the plan is to be moving out with my girlfriend very, very soon, in the by April, sort of May time. And the plan is to see how reasonable playing computer games, as a living is, as a job like. And potentially maybe even the possibility of maybe doing some YouTube videos as well in the future as a rare treat. So yeah, if you want to obviously give us a hand on Patreon, that would be a massive help in giving me an idea as to my financial scope after I move out. Because again, Twitch is one source of revenue, and hopefully between Twitch and Patreon, I should hopefully have enough to, keep the lights on, which is always a big plus when you move into a new apartment. So yeah, that's fantastic. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in today. Obviously, if you can just throw us over a couple of bucks or a couple of quid over on Patreon, that would all be massively appreciated. And yeah, if you've enjoyed, feel free to drop in again. We're happy to have you. Hopefully you'll all have a splendid evening. And as of this evening, I think somebody got a link to Mr. Freddie B? I could, yeah, get a few thousand people over there. You got to get ready, folks. You got to get ready to spam the cube armors. Get ready to get over there. I think somebody's got Freddie B as a link for me. Freddie, there he is. I've got him. Freddie B 2014. There we go. I've got his link. Right then. So this is Freddie. He is currently playing Space Engineers, a game which I'm sure many of you do enjoy. He's much better at it than myself or Womble could ever be. So do feel free to send some love over his way, and I shall catch you all tomorrow evening where we shall play some more games. So do feel free to jump on over to Freddie. Do please send him my love and your own love. I'm sure this will make his evening. Thanks again, and I shall catch you next time. Bye-bye.